So this is Vegan Invasion. Thank you, lovely people, for listening to me again and watching me from Asia. Hot, steamy, sunny Asia, which is great. And today I'm thinking about what's it like? What's the thing that's going to make a non-vegan really shift gears and think this is relevant? Because I remember years ago, the first time I came across an actual vegan person in London in the 1980s, in Camden Square, and she was doing so far ahead of her time, really. And she was a lovely, really one of these lovely sort of sweet people, quiet, really nice. And so she wasn't kind of like one of these in-your-face vegans like I am. And she showed me some horrible, tried to show me the horrible videos of the cats with the thing, you know, the vivisection videos of the cats and the things in their heads, horrible stuff like that. And we talked about veganism, and she introduced me to veggie burgers, which I thought were really nice. And at the time, as a journalist and a writer about health, people at the Times and Guardian, somehow this whole vegan thing completely passed me by. It didn't seem relevant. It seemed completely irrelevant. And I think this is a challenge for everybody, is to understand how relevant being vegan is. But is it just an argument or discussion about facts and relevancies and stuff like that? Or is it something a bit more? Is it a bit about this entitlement thing? You know, I make up my own mind. Who are you to tell me anything? We're all different, you know, we're all individuals. I think there's a lot of that, you know, it's either we are all individuals or it's my tradition, which is kind of an interesting thing. But what is the actual fundamental thing that people are saying when they say this? I mean, it's kind of a sort of a kind of back off and leave me alone thing, isn't it? Isn't that what it is? I don't know. I think about these things a lot. And if people are telling us in those arguments to kind of back off or leave them alone, or just they're trying to justify their own, whatever it is, their own non-veganism, basically. What does that mean? I mean, how do we understand in a way that we can make a difference what those conversations are actually about? It's about, I guess it's about deconstructing them, isn't it? Deconstructing those conversations and finding out the real meaning of them. We can say it's denial, we can say it's avoidance. Yes, those are the mechanisms, but the interesting thing is to think about how to get through that. And I'm going to be looking at some ways that we can get through the denial and the avoidance and everything else in my videos. And I've worked it out myself, which is hopefully going to be quite soon. Anyway, thank you for your time. Thank you for your interest. Vegan Invasion, change the paradigm from Asia to a brain cell near you. Have a great